Yes, say a year Yachikuku. Edio. Yes, say Abronye NPP Bono Regional Chairman. Abronye DC remanded into police custody for 1 week, set to appear on September 19th. Yachi Abronye, Abain Saka Abronye, Ghana ne yeti hamusano, embrabo o mine ho bain. Unless you are foolish, unless you are stupid, unless you don't understand the say, ekrubia embrabo ho bain. Dia obeye bia no, ye womra ebo ekru ho bain. It does not matter who you are. Oye MPP ni o, oye NDC ni o, ye wo emra ebo oman bia ho bain. And Ghana is not an exception. Inti Ghana na yete no, ye wo mra o Ghana kronim. It does not matter which government is in power, but the laws are clear and explicit. When it comes to ubu mrana, there was say ufesi. I've heard a lot of people write so many things on Facebook, especially the I want to be lawyers in Ghana. There are so many people in Ghana practicing law. And Kwame Abronye and Kwame one client to cry. There's a lot of them in Ghana. They say there are so many people in Ghana today calling themselves lawyers. So they wouldn't get one client to even take them to court and say, I am defending you. So their views don't matter. And those are the people who are loud. They shout a lot. They make noise a lot because they need that attention. Because Mwamoko Abronye koye law no. Most motina UK, most motina US, most motina Abronye law no. Sankamu wie law no ho no. Sankamu benya client and kamotina ho because uko school we are edwuma na ho ye no person onye musika anameboa. But because they know that omontimantina Abronye na nya de ombenya client back up. That's not where I'm going. Omonina client back no. They have come to Ghana and they are making a lot of noise. So it does not matter the noise you make. It does not matter how you feel. You need to understand, say, a corona with him, no, there are laws. The application of the law, sometimes the person who is in charge decides how the law should be applied. And that is where some of the so-called lawyers in Ghana, they don't get. Especially when it comes to judges. And it's the discretion of the judge. As much as the judge needs to work within the confines of some particular laws, the judge also has discretion. And it's sometimes you do be quarter. Judge to make us say, fine, you embrane chese or see a mouth bail. But my discretion and it's be opportunity to sit here. The opportunity now a discretion count. But me shed the air cost na when you went to me mount bail no. And at that point you cannot fault the judge. I was in America and a judge be etna edian court. And I can say how he feels about a comment I made. He was going to put edian a judgment together to prove to Ghana for you and say or discretion to take a decision be our person taking. Now, it is up to Ayadie, Nipana, judge not Yakunyum no, and make a sad decision. It's up to Nipana or your defendant and the lawyer to prove to the judge, say, even though you are in charge of this case and you have your discretion, no, I can still prove to you, say, your discretion, no, it should be limited at this point, and that you should look at this, that, and grant my client what he is praying. And I say, what he is basically asking of you. And we should not let it sound to say, when Akwesi Amoako gets bail, it is automatic that Kwame Abronye will get bail. It does not work like that. And that is what the misinformation and disinformation some people working in Ghana across the breadth of this nation creating in the heads of some people. And it's not Yetimifa judges for 7 etna asamso ewo Supreme Court. Omo nyina tumi tie assembly the same day, the same time, the same presentation. But when they are writing their judgment, they come from different point of views. It means Judges are not equal. They look at the issues and at the end of the day at their discretion. Inti enya obia na yede ne koye judge, enya obia na tina case so. So if you're a lawyer and you know all these things and you understand, say my client can have all the excuses and defense, but at the end of the day, if I'm not able as a lawyer to prove my case, or prove with the law to show the lawyer that my client needs to go home, you don't deserve that. Abronye's lawyer is talking so much. He's making so much noise outside the court. 9 of the people standing outside the court who are misbehaving and talking don't even know what happened in that courtroom. When people enter court and they write after court, transcript in the Bible, do not look at the transcript and make your judgment. Sometimes the demeanor, body language, and how counsels or lawyers of people they are defending act can even at the end of the day affect a client. So not just reading a transcript of what happened inside a courtroom, and the betuma actually will say the outcome from the court, at the end of the day, it was this way or it was that way. We have a big gap. The so-called group law, they are deceiving a lot of Ghanaians. They are making it look like say obi rakota na Ghana brand kaseya. I was saying the with the Ghana brand protecting them. It does not work like that. And it's up to these people, these so-called law. No, we have been to law school. It is up to them to prove or educate Ghana for ordinary people on the streets, because we are talking about misdemeanor. Our Abronye case, how many of the cows and goats and the sheep and those idiots standing outside the court how many of them understand misdemeanor, felony? And I was very happy when Inkoto touched on misdemeanor, the meaning of misdemeanor. Sibia Eko, baby Ekodu, a changey a felony. The people standing outside making the noise say, upon chiwe, yachinatum, yadena foka, yadena kotuhano. The question is, are we the so-called legal brains in Ghana? Mo amokotena bruche. Say akosia lo amuntuma bruche one practice no. Ghana na moya madwen se munim Ghana mre nyina no. You need to take time and educate Ghana for no bi. Because majority of you people sitting on social media writing and making it look like you are smarter than any lawyer in Ghana. See, the Abronye we mamu so munkojina court, you cannot defend him. You can't. You guys can be paid all the money in the world. 99% of you, the social media lawyers, those who went to school outside Ghana and said, yeah, law, yeah, Bible practice or Ghana, no, you cannot defend Abronye for Abronye to work as a free man. You can't. So it is sometimes you push you slow down a little bit. Calling yourself a lawyer or telling people you have been to law school does not make you more intelligent than anyone. The laws are there. And as much as we have good lawyers in the system, they are all equally good judges in the system. When I had an issue with the court, at the end of the day, I had to appear before the court to make my case, to convince the judges that what your colleague basically is asking for, it does not make sense. The Supreme Court judges sitting there, they know the law, they have read the law, they listen to my lawyer. So it's all boils down to the person leading Abronye in the courtroom. Is he able to make his case? But then if you sit on social media as a Facebook lawyer who cannot practice in Europe, who cannot practice in America, who basically goes to take a certificate and come to Ghana and try to flex your muscle and make it look like you know everything about law, then without due respect, most uncle for jail or Ghana. Because the way people in Asia, America, Europe, they see a year court, You people are making Ghanaians think, say, walking into a courtroom, no, automatically you have to go home. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And it's about time you, the Facebook lawyers, now more Ghana now. You could not practice in Europe and America because your level of intelligence, and drew that level to convince a judge or to even convince a client that you can win a case for them. No, it's about time you people mellowed yourself and understand the say. We have a country where Emra ye Juma won kronim. So when I'm Ghana, now him say, and ukodi bonibi now want to be for lawyer. You are not supposed to get yourself involved in that boneno. And you have to also know, say, so was sikari kona for lawyer, also making sure say, ube to me echa what ube to matete ana emrano entrimau. These are things was somewhere most of my law, my law school, my lawyer. These are the things you tell the people. But you see, the emotions, that I want to be known, that I'm trying to let people know I have learned law. Law is nothing. With all due respect. Aya Ghana, ena yemubi. Yama obi a so call law school, an exceptional thing. Being a lawyer is nothing. It's the same as being like a teacher. It's the same as being like a doctor. It has nothing unique about it. Until you are able to prove yourself in court to show to your client that what you went to school to learn, you are basically making use of it and protecting that your client. You are as useless as anything in the toilet, because your job as a lawyer is to defend and make sure your client does not end up in jail. If you are not able to do that, then you need to understand that you have a lot of deficiencies. There are so many people sitting on social media speaking law and talking law and writing law. They have not even won a case in court before. They themselves, they are defending themselves in court. They are not even able to get out of it easily. So why should we get up and listen to such people and make it look like Obiti Facebook can law, pretending to be a lawyer or acting as if I've been to UK to learn law. So Ghana Mrano, I know everything. So when somebody commits a crime, misdemeanor, felony, whatever, and enters our court, automatically, that's all work like that. That is the self-entitlement thing that some of you have. And in your law now, you are not going anywhere. You are still doing banchere. Now, this goat, your friend Abronye, he has committed a crime. And he had na court. And a court to say, trim. Now the prosecutor, a Ghana CID officer, almost Ghana police service, prosecutor didn't make any case, actually judge, Say, we are investigating. Maybe this person, ye jani manuko fia, the way I otieno, obetima kofan kofobia kuku witnesses are investigate to help in our investigations. It could be an electronic investigation or an online investigation, but you have to understand that time and akwa with TV so show no na nipa bitin nim ena ebi busa questions, and there were people who were producing it. So it is not just Abronye sitting in front of a video camera. It is Abronye production all year. There are so many people involved. Ebi Abronye in his statement, he said he solicited information from somebody. Ebi or not say asema mekan no so maybe the police are even investigating to get hold of the person that Abronye has mentioned. Say when the cancer so when the police comes to court and tells the judge, say we are still investigating and we don't want the investigation to be tainted. This guy who is a suspect is somebody we cannot trust that someone bail or interfere in the investigations. The police, they are making their case. The prosecutor is making his case. So it is left with Abronye's lawyer to prove to that judge sitting there, say, Mr. Judge, it does not matter what you think or where or how you feel. This is what I believe should allow my client to go home. As simple as that. This is not about somebody screaming, no. It's about the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. Into police, prosecutor can say we are still investigating and that we believe that this guy still should be held in cells for our investigations not to be tainted. The police might have told the judge, say, maybe after we read Abronye's statement, we saw some loopholes that will help us get the people who helped him commit this crime, whether misdemeanor or felony. The police, they need to get to the bottom of this. And it's the police are making the case. It's upon Abronye's lawyers to prove to the judge. How the judge feels does not matter. But this is the case where Jimmy Fowe di bone. So because Oye MPP Bono regional chairman in T Saponchi di bone, we should not put him in the Black Maria and bring him in Abronye yebano. Nanke afa ponko di nesi so mo MPP for mo Jimmy ana. The Ghana Police Service, they have all the right to choose the kind of transportation they want to use when they sit and do their analysis investigations, because their job is to protect every single person in their custody. Into the Ghana Police Service, it does not matter. You could be somebody who committee a felony. If their security or their intelligence tells them, say, the attention now the Ghana Police Service can do that and protect that person. The Ghana Police Service can decide and put that person in a Black Maria, or the Ghana Police Service can decide and put that person in a Highlands. The Ghana Police Service, you don't decide how they transport somebody, a suspect, to the court. It is how you're a lawmaker and also a politician, and now you're a lawyer, and your problem is how the person was transported safely to court. Then you are not being honest to yourself. You are being disingenuous. You are basically fooling some group of people following you. The substantive thing that you have to be talking about is, why couldn't Abronye's lawyer make sure he made a case inside courtroom in front of a judge to take him back home? That is what we are talking about. So, come in one chair there, actually with Jimmy, and I will be there, and I make us say, what is so exceptional about this goat? Abronye. What is exceptional about him? What is exceptional about Abronye for people to think, say, because of we should scream and the whole country should come down? What is so exceptional about him? Because Oye MPP Bono regional chairman. Then MPP for Jimmy no be way regional chairman. I can why be way regional chairman. Say MPP for Jimmy. And they will still sit there after 8 years. Still keep this guy as a regional chairman. A party buying the work Ghana. This Jimmy way be a regional chairman. Because what then the work we obi aka say I want to be part of the NPP. Kasa ben free akwa weduma ba ebema obi are interested to join the NPP. These are things you need to ask. There's nothing about this fool that is going to entice anybody to say this guy is an example that when I join this party, he's an inspiration. Bia metumde di party where you Jimmy for. And you see, the funny thing is, Jimmy where you no. This is not the first time why it's been consistent. But you see, my problem with my own MPP for Jimmy say, they are quick to hail foolish people. That is why the party has been destroyed. They are so quick to hail foolish people. Nobody in the NDC will do what Abronye did. Nobody. You dare not. Even a mere party communicator cannot set up a Facebook Live and use those words Abronye used. Somebody who is known as an NDC person, under Fifi Kwete, under John Mahama, under Asielu Nketia, under the NDC, nobody can do. Even a regional chairman called Makosro. I'm talking about a mere communicator. So there is a problem with the NPP as a political party. Its leadership, no, Omwe Jimmy. And that is what they are missing. And it's as a member of the NPP, the intelligence side of NPP, no, make a chance say party ni penny for Jimmy. The leadership are fooling the sheep. The foolish masses are just following these people because they don't even understand what is going on. Akwawe man here obeko jail 4 years. Akwawe. Someone here ya obeko jail. Obeko ko dem. Yeah. Dede na moya no court wana bontin one there. It does not change anything. No. Some party in penny for nyansa. This is the time they have to call the party leadership and tell everybody to be very, very careful and decorum in their statements. But what do we see? The party leadership, like fools, are leading a charge. Adenya yachi Jimini ba kwatum. Na adentina NPP regional chairman for na yenchi omuntu fiasi. Ne yakwachi Abronye. Have you people asked yourself that question? But you see, they are lowering the standards. They are making this to look like a normal thing. Persecution. NDC pay asem. Your friend is saying IGP pay asem. They are fooling the base. And there you say, Omomudi party, they are the ones who are going to suffer. Because the leadership is not being honest with them. Leadership, Jimmy. MPP ni bi onimi nyanse bia will never go to that court to say I'm going to support Abronye. Why? And these people ni onimi nyansa. Opesa party way ye rebrand it na represent it. Mwangasa mu MPP na moka say eti na himfie na. MPP ni bia onimi nyansa will not leave their home to go see say me kwa support Abronye. What are you supporting him on? Then I was supporting. Adem bono hono nipa ni wana. Mubedi regional chairman or party nim. It shows it's a party mwe Jimmy. Moya mole papa. Now, Shadibi. Abronye on hunger strike. Lawyer say Abronye say on the I don't mangasa mushe soap opera too much. Some wangasa mo time na samere eko visit kunkumbajia ewo India chese enkwasi mwangasa no concert ya mo de ye say Abronye say on the ne aduane kura nso ye na kura ye ndi na monfo Abronye nkoto nsanwe mu amode de GI police headquarters monfo nkoto nsanwe mu 1 week no ntena ho ye say Abronye say on the na me on the am ye ko fam ho. Upon just on what is my problem with that? Abronye say on the what's the big deal? Because Obian denying Ediane, we a Abronye Nagasane well. Yama Odiane Osimindi. It means a well on one akumem no se ondi inti comedy na obebo punum. Comedy Abronye obebo punum se mumma me Ediane ndi. It is Abronye every nipem. Now so only dear, what is the big deal here? Oh no nese only, and yes so be a son a minute. And I say Abronye, Ediane Maundi, or Simindi. It is Abronye so only dear. Ya won't call for Pediane dio. Mumo Jimmy. Now Shadibi see outside the courtroom. I keep telling MPP for yeah, there. Oh, what kind of guys with your bottom? We mukui for Omamutu Mukran to me fu Omo highest peak. Omo highest peak in and ye pinty Omo highest in Omo see so this is the time I'm so more fair. Oma bank cry. Mukui fo. Me humbo die for Omuntiasie. They don't understand what is going on. Party Jimmy Omo, they don't get it. Namba we only omuda wa humachina or hiram gu swa. Shoma no. Or because when you about them now oyiri nie unuaba nie. na se sebio wote wona wo hwe no na wo na wo yemba ni a obebusa say mukui we me wo ne de ne ye den mumbusa omo best ni omo pick no modu no because ye ladies of MPP o kai say okay di about them. This is where the problem is. So because they feel say ye Jimmy intibibia ni edi echire, they don't even understand. They don't get it. Ba ni ma se puma. Ba ni ma se puma ya Jackchan mu use Jackchan puma. Na ni parfum e timi kotina TikTok no ka sam tan ya. Ahwenye kura hu omo na ahwenye adwane. We mo ahwenye ehu omo na ahwenye adwane. Na we ahwenye abegu ya ase. This is what I talk about. MPP omo Jimmy hwade wo hwe. Listen.
And this youth organizer, and now when you and this youth organizer where IGP, and to the open view of Ayama, we live to see. Send a medical kind. Send the Bodiano, Uncle and Giotto. Saturday and go for that. From Mamma, no one knew what they got. 100 years in back, MPP as a political party. Yes, you have a Baba. Why a dear? Send people back. Now, see a chair of Bobra. Yedi. Ya pesa baba ubaka. Sibu MPP youth organizer. Now on your police, we will make sure obey your police because your police for her or say police attack there. Wakata and by NDC youth organizer or your police you would have done the money mama catch at him for say Omuina Sakawa. Police and Chomo Azoka and I'm gonna have free the Akatom say. Jan 2028 the power. That's about power. The Akosi media for we are dancing for. Yan perceive do I better say in fact, you buy more than 100 times the end is for you. So Amupa, in Ankogum, because when we come back to power, we will do the same thing to them. You bet you be in fact, you better make sure the Ghana no, you bet you say Yansu to me. You better people 8 years, Yanchobia, Yanya Bonibia, Yanya the Bonibia, as a son on Baya. Not Ghana police is so any yet must be a professional. No by yet mama and this for. We are there, you are waiting for them 2028, inshallah. You buy more than 200 times.
This is where the problem is. Ya ba mu ya anya boni bia ya nchi obia mi ken sebi o eteni o yana ne mama akobɔ fom ala wakuba nyankopɔn tie ni mpaye hwe na basa emumba ejimi emumba ejimi ende bia meka entafo ni bi no mo MPP mu no omo ejimi to the point they say they want to prove themselves. Wọ́n sẹ́ Abronye yẹ kye ne ko gyina court wọ́n sẹ́ gabi ọ̀kyerẹ́ da akwa ba ọ. Enso sẹ́ bi o teni abo bi egyina ọ ka sẹ́ ọka asa achemfo yẹ sakawafo mesi wọ́n sẹ́ gabi ọ̀kyerẹ́ da akwa na ọsọ yẹ achemni no wọ́n so abegyina ọ sẹ́ ọbɛka sẹ́ obi aka sẹ́ tia achemfo. Wọ́n bedi etuo wɔ hɔ no mo. Wọ́n gya nkroma sẹ́ ogyina hɔ bi. Ọmo ana ọmo yɛ integral member of Bawumia ne Akufo-Addo aban wọ́n sẹ́ obi gyina hɔ. No. Wemu ne edi ọmo yɛ nkwasi adwuma wemu. Ade beche ne ache na kwase we ni momobo adan we kise ko hwe fie ohia ni ba. These are foolish people. Send them who young man with young woman be odi MPP chams ana wajimi ana. Can't you reason? See the argument they are making. Enti akwa o share ready ka say IGP we NDC for na say ochano pa yeto yen suffering se bra. Je pen and paper. Write and prove say IGP no ye NDC den na wentumi anya ne de ne kogina court. Tio. Sa Ghana ni bi krampo for tape we. No ka say I'm a citizen of the Republic of Ghana. We make a statement say IGP aye we. Me pese obe prove e free say me pese me make sure say IGP na or share security so Ghana no onye sa onye NDC ni. Na say obi de wo court. Say aso obe make ye no bra court be chirema wo betumi. Omwe Jimmy. Makacham say they still don't believe they are in opposition. That That's the problem with these people. The sense of entitlement. Jimino, they just don't get it. So in their head, obia di bonin dane echina. Sani pano is against another or enemy of the state. That is the problem with them. That is the problem with these people. That is the problem with these people. They lack education. The party does not tell them the truth. And and so when you sit you sit back and you watch. Now we see arguments making. And the argument is say when you give them the platform to speak, how they can rebrand the party. Kevin Tailor, tell us what the NPP represents. Kevin Tailor. So Abronye DC asema okan no say or say okoyi no court. But Kevin Tailor. So you can see clearly that I control the party. Jimmy, they don't have focus. They don't know what they are doing. Ushia penyini. So person who say MPP for me more. They rally around one statement. So we could be an anoka say, and Kevin Tailor, yes, so did you two for them. Na so two for the lawyer ne kufuado. So me do two for them or two for unimumra cheme. I don't know two for me. So me this sofu biya tem Ghana. I know says a sofu baby or lawyers. Why haven't they taken me to court? So me di obia tem Ghana. Se me o se me di o two for them. O two for the packet or nyakwara. O two for has his personal lawyer. In fact, at a point. Ekufuado was his lawyer, meaning Otumfo Kwebia, Ekufuado law firm na for you know, he still has lawyers. Why hasn't Otumfo said our evidence is sooner? Why hasn't he gone to court? Software anandi patiti or Ghana, na adwene nse makasetiano. Na emra e Ghana chese makasetiano no, e wo se emra le twemaso no. Why haven't they gone to court? Sankofo no hwem TV so mu husem wagimi. The NPP et say enkran ne a wo de ewo asofom. They don't ask say a war we poison one up. They all told the same, like they are so stupid. So stupid. For almost a year, they have exhausted, they are almost exhausting a whole year without making any reasonable statement. Why are Ghana and DB MPP? Na MPP nyakondo. Now I just go Ghana and say Kevin Tailor did penina tema. Ebema Ghana and say intia for MPP mrana. And that's the question. Inti Kevin Tailor did penina bi atem. And in your head, Kevin Tailor did two for them. Inti yemfa MPP mrana. Makacha senkofu omo Jimmy. And Jimmy no, enye Jimmy eye just a normal Jimmy o. Eye reincarnated Jimmy. So bi we MPP no owo na o start e de sa MPP ne sha akora Jimmy etrima na akora na Jimmy. Eye reincarnated Jimmy. A heredity almost inherited Jimmy no. It is a study MPP for the way penny for no the same way na nkwana dwen into youth organizer or the same way to say salakao so it is basically it ripples from the top. It one argument your pet reason your pet the way they react to things your pet. So it is not a political party, it's a cluster of foolish animals coming together and thinking some way party. That is my issue with them. Me as a member of the NPP, I can tell you on authority, your members 90% they are not reasonable. As a member of the NPP with a card and I've paid my dues, make my catch or say your members 90% they can't reason. And we sit here and they make it look so yeah. You see Kwame Abronye akoifa. Police Kwame Abronye. Ubusa in 70 I say it's all about misdemeanor. Now, the minority leader, Afenyo Makin, Echo Parliament, right? And Oko police station, a court, Muntie na no asem, Afenyo Makin. This is the same guy who slapped a police officer. For somebody to sit even on TV to say, Aden Yeja Kevin Tailor and Namo na onim se Afenyo Makin abo police ni assume. Or a leader of their members of parliament who make laws in parliament. Now, Onimu Onitim say Afenyo Makin abo police ni assume, and none of them have ever made reference to that state. Also, we say MPP omuye muama. Yeah, their minority leader wabo police ni asum or bo police ni punch. Oh, ni pema oshe police atadie. Now, mumiente afenyoma ke no kokoto.
The police invited him on Monday, the 8th of September. He responded to the invitation by the police, went with his lawyers, submitted himself to interrogations. Within an hour of interrogations, he was whisked into NIB custody. The question is, why would the police investigating a matter and has its own police cells decide to send a citizen who is being investigated on a matter which is a misdemeanor into NIB custody? It must be stated that our checks at the NIB confirms that the NIB is not interrogating Abronye, neither are they investigating him. According to the NIB, they are only recipient of the man Abronye. In other words, the police sent him there that they should keep him. That is why they received him, but they are not the ones who are investigating. So the question is, why would Ghana Police Service claim to be investigating a person and rather decide to send him to NIB cells? Is it to punish him or what? Then they kept him the whole of Monday night, and Tuesday morning, being the 9th, he was brought to court. When they brought him to court, the police insisted that they still needed him for further investigation. Therefore, they want him to be remanded into lawful custody. Of course, the judge upheld the application and remanded Abronye to be brought to court today. And the sad part of it is that when he left court, the police handcuffed him. The police invited him.
So, this guy is a lawyer. He's a lawmaker. He's a lawmaker who punched a police officer in uniform, slapped a police officer in uniform. Afenyomakin. Now they know all kind. I'm very sure 99% of the MPP fools, they don't even understand. He's misleading them. He's lying to them. Wakwako top brony suit. Shape. Ena kakawura ye di tim. Ena bofut na nabi dinechi. Ena nkwasi afoma ehia afoma no eboje so. Wa dress shape. Ena onam ni panim. Adan ya we na odi a party nim MPP fu ejimi. Na asemo ka nyina ne se ai ontiasie se Abronye police atu omo nsa afre no. Abronye ebe kana no asem wie no. Ena police forecast say dabi won sem na waka no ene evidence there wo no. We need to still do investigations. Intia ma wonko. Ena police eka say and the NIB, which is another branch of our security. NIB is not for foreigners. The NIB is another branch of Ghana's security. The Ghana security system, NIB, Yoko, police, they work hand in hand. They are intertwined. And the police say, you know something? The NIB, we believe said now to protect Abronye, we want the NIB to keep Abronye. the police did not say NIB should beat Abronye. And to date, Abronye lawyer, Emba Bontebeka said, Obia assaulted Abronye in the cells of NIB. And I said, Abronye's rights, it has been abused in any form. NIB. Maybe. Police, if one kasa intelligence, nature almost say. So, I'm the Abronye echo mixi ebia, the cells population or hona ebia because of his political background. No, somebody might even help hurt Abronye in cells. This guy is a politician. He has said a lot of things against so many people. You never know. Ebia Duncan Williams, Abushi, and Ibikra Duncan Williams in Nimuno, our cells war because of his summer or Kafa Duncan Williams. Ebia Nipano Kwa Nipa Busa and Amewofa. And I would not temno. Ebe keke badesha kubu Abronye kum. And I say, Ebia Nipebia Abronye can asem. Ne webushi and Ibiso da cells. Eme edanipa ni trim. Intebia yadini ura cells wa na anajofano nipana for ni trimu po akoku Abronye. The police Ankasa Tinashe would say they need to protect Abronye. It is a police na yi Abronye free. Yet CID and I say police headquarters at number NIB for safekeeping her. The police is rather protecting the criminal. But you see, a lawmaker who is foolish, a lawmaker who is doing politics, a lawmaker who knows the party base is stupid and cannot read, write, and understand. So he plays with their emotions. Because when you saw Jimmy, they will fall for this. Now, also making argument, you know, say, on TSC say, Abronye, because asabe ya tono suno misdemeanor keke. Adentina yadi Abronye every police station courtroom no, na yadi handcuffs egunensa. Inti anunti on TSC. MPP na omuni minority no Jimmy. On the biggest problem, you know, his biggest problem as a lawmaker, his concern should be how can a member of my party, who is a regional chairman, make such statements to land in court, to land in jail? He does not even care about that. He cares about the public. He cares about the picture being put out there. Say, party ni penyini awe Jimmy abai edede famra kwanswa. His only problem is that Adentina Ghana for who say handcuffs egu Abronye kwasi ampenyi we nsa. That is afenyo marking. They be the MPP for ne or the omo ye omuso mo Jimmy. And intina imrebi yachi obi call Yoko office. Now wa shoe red soul. No akwatena form ho. No abobo ne nsa. Also be a blogger semra. This guy, he's a content creator. Oh Jimmy. He knows the party he's leading in parliament. Omwe Jimmy. And every time he takes advantage of the ignorance of the NPP and creates his own content to better his CV. But you see, on Afenyo Markin's CV, the first statement on his CV is say he's a lawmaker, he's the first lawmaker in Ghana, he is a lawyer, he who attacked a police officer in uniform. We will come to that matter because the CID boss said, your feelings are children, and we will question him at the right time. Afenyo Markin cannot run away from his action against the Ghana police. But the most important thing here is Abronye call court, no. Na court to catch Abronye. Afenyo Markin ekasa in front of the piglets. MPP for no. Or can same way misdemeanor, right? Now let's look into misdemeanor. Misdemeanor no any day. Misdemeanor is a type of criminal offense. And I thank you very much, Inkoto, for doing this earlier on. And at Metwaso. Misdemeanor is a type of criminal offense that's considered less serious than a felony, but more serious than an infraction like a traffic ticket. Misdemeanor, it's a type of criminal offense. Abronye is a suspected criminal. It is a court the misdemeanor toneso na yeshuma. He is under criminal investigations. So the word misdemeanor kekenenche say crime na every ho. Yase misdemeanor. Bibia your friend a felony a such a misdemeanor. But your bibia your friend infraction. Some misdemeanor no ne bɔne ne so kyɛn infraction nti ɛma wo ticket ɛwɔ kwan ho police gyina wo na ɔka sɛ wotwa red light mu wama wo ticket kotua wo court a misdemeanor saa bɔne no ano ɛden kyɛn saa bɔne no. And it's a type of criminal offense. It's a type of criminal offense. It is misdemeanor, a criminal offense. So let's not have a can stand there in his cartoon suit and say misdemeanor. No, misdemeanor do to go jail. MPP for be brain Jimmy. Anything I'm better ha. I am who am straight. Because you are the most easiest group of piglets I can deal with. I'm a member of the NPP, but I am the wise one. That is why I am not part of the piglets. It is a okay echo for my legal definition. In most jurisdictions, a misdemeanor is a minor wrongdoing or a non-indictable offense. It's typically punished by 1. A fine, community service, probation, or jail time of less than 1 year, usually served in a local or country facility. Misdemeanor no. So, embracho under misdemeanor, you bet me a fine no. You bet me a probation. You bet me I can say ko jail. You bet me I can say ko community service. You bet me so do what to a fiancé for close to a year. You bet me dem for close to 1 year. Interfro Abronye, you bet me jailing 1 year pepe and 11 months 20 days. Don't sit there and make this thing look like say yeah Abronye into the misdemeanor. But you know wait Jimmy. And that is what Abronye is facing. So at the end of the investigations, any court processes, you know, the court be fine. They say Abronye is guilty of misdemeanor. Judge, you bet you make a trim in fear bako. Yes. So don't let the MPP perform do anymore. And Emma engine say BBNC. Omo Jimmy mo MPP for mo Jimmy. Mon kenkain. My say 9. My say 9. Ya ka semba kutubu tirima na mu die kire me mumu bebre mu be ko jail because mo Jimmy mo nya abotre ekuro na mutim no mo mbusa nsem em ye nkire bone ewom ene bone anim mo Jimmy ani jana mo asem ye me mobo mehwe MPP ni na okasa me so we Jimmy we ye Jimmy for we is just a waste of sperm we obey them because you people don't even know what you are talking about. In terms of from the beginning, you see, misdemeanor is a type of criminal offense that's considered less serious than a felony. Mama chow adibi. Mama chow adikudientia baby Abronye jinan a tricky. Yeah. After your marking or dadamo, onusemu MPP for chimi. Now, example of misdemeanor, petty theft. So be supermarket. And I say obi wia nyoman ketenkete your friend misdemeanor. Disorderly conduct. On say you charge Abronye disorderly conduct. Mokai. Abronye police chile no charge ni be the board no disorderly conduct. A womb and also fall under misdemeanor. Simple assault. After your marking, assaulting a police officer is a misdemeanor. He can go to jail. Public intoxication. Now the yenyo may be a fata. Utumi dem. It falls under misdemeanor. Trespassing. Obi se mi fie ni men for no mentum. No akofu obi wo we wura ni fie. Trespassing. Obi eja padeo. Obi akase ya kase aha mentum wa ha no akotwem. It falls under misdemeanor. Or trespassing. It could be physical. It could be even verbal. It falls under trespassing. Ubetumi akodem misdemeanor. Mo MPP for mo Jimmy o. Bebre mu bedem in this 42 years here be. Mu bedem ache. Then we have something called first time shoplifting. So bi ko wura a supermarket na okotam bi sha ne draw sum ne ache na the first time it's called misdemeanor. Ubetumi ed watum. Afenya making say MPP for Jimmy. He's playing with them. Muye mwa. And I'll call police court to Usha no omo no mo nyina e hwana supporters. Omo nyina na Kennedy Japan supporters, Baumia supporters. Omo ba ho as party executives. Omo nyina e Baumia supporters. Omo nyina Baumia supporters. Baumia mo na mo busika se omo fa bas nko ho. Na omo nko support it. Because Abronye did Kennedy Japan atem. Now oba sewa, even though misdemeanor are less severe than felonies, they can still, you see, even though misdemeanor no, sa bone no, emunya do to say felony no, bibi betume si. Say one, appear on your criminal record. Abronye, see you know, okodem 1 year, and I say you know, no community service, and I the court out at the attorney no. Abeka ne criminal record. Sa ankwasi afọ no mka omeku John Mahama, omeku ne yire. Sa Jáîléd no, she's a criminal on her record. Now tie de obehu. Appears on your criminal record, affects employment, travel visas, or professional licensing. You see misdemeanor no. E betuma affect say okwaji visa ko betuma affect. You better say because of misdemeanor no. Because it's a criminal offense, no. Ebia visa bia obe apply for corona one sanka sa visa no. They can deny you. And it's like a police report, bra. In China boys ne, you don't go to court misdemeanor. I'm just saying no. So uko akoye dwuma bi enya opportunity bia eno ye betime busa ko for police record bra. It's a misdemeanor there na we ye. Also oh, many a friend me fanti den because me cool president. They say okay. Into ope Germany ako, ope America ako, ope power to bini. Oba siyawa, or say, be upgraded to felonies if repeated or if aggravating factors are present. Example, injury during a DUI. You see, misdemeanor no, e betumi upgrade akwa could do felony. Misdemeanor, it can upgrade. It's just misdemeanor. That misdemeanor, no, in some instances, it may upgrade. It could do felony. When felony, kwasia sorry out of power from it too. Kuma mama he ubedem. You people have no idea. Omu jimi mo. Omu chan otiete unhu Abronye yire ho. Unhu so obi abaji Mike se me na me ya Abronye busua panyin. Omu nyina tete. Omu say NPP ntwene impreko bi ba be jimi omo ho. Mo jimi, mo supporters of NPP. 90% of you mo jimi. You don't read, you don't understand. You are following the party like dogs. Tiadia ma mention felony. You know what felony is? Me be chewa die bi Abronye. The reason why Grandpa court eboa Abronye because a court cramp a court cramp no se omoma Abronye cramp e bia bail enra ana enda Abronye bia on samra court na asem kwedu felony. You have no idea. Now a felony is a serious criminal offense for more severe than a misdemeanor. Into felony no ano a danger misdemeanor, right? It's the kind of charge that can reshape someone's life with long-term legal and social consequences. Felony no, ya the to swa etumi brewa brabase. But remember, misdemeanor can upgrade to felony. Nyoma bi na obetima ye ama o misdemeanor na akodru felony. Mo MPP for na mo di ekire mo jimi mo nim de mo ye. Uchebi too much. Now the car kopem nya accident. Na ekopra obi a your friend be DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol. And no crana under misdemeanor no. Etumi upgrade kodru felony. Se sa accident no unya na ekunipa bienu miensa enaya. Yetumi upgrade misdemeanor no ko felony. Inti just saying say Abronye the idea to say misdemeanor no. The reason why the court almost prevent Abronye from going to field to come back to court, they are protecting from him upgrading his misdemeanor to felony. You know why? Mama Chow. Legal definition. Felony in the cannot hear. A felony is defined as a crime regarded in the US and many other judicial systems as more serious than a misdemeanor. Now, common examples of felony: murder, rape, armed robbery, kidnapping, arson, mail fraud, or embezzlement. Now, so we read the misdemeanor, now read the felony. They work hand in hand. Into what can make Abronye's case as misdemeanor no, turn into a felony and say and ye the Abronye court near money bail. Now Abronye sakot na Facebook. Now o make it the same statement, something similar. Na such na ni case na ye misdemeanor na done so no. Yes, I court it upgrades to felony. Don't underestimate what you are seeing. After what you say, anytime we read the misdemeanor and lecture say it can upgrade, even though misdemeanor or are less severe than felonies, they can still appear on your criminal record, affect employment, travel visas, or professional licensing. Be upgraded to felonies if repeated. Say misdemeanor, no, if it's repeated, it can upgrade to felony. It's Abronye bail in there. Nana Adrian say when you bail, case no court, no sakot na Facebook, no make similar comment, no police turn and suffer now. He goes straight under felony, and Abronye can spend 20 years in jail. Kwasiafo, mwe Jimmy NMP for that damo. You don't read, you don't know the laws. And a Jimmy for ma, and you tell you any about power, umbra power no uko jail, no woo. Yeah. They be a catch them MPP for Ghana ni obesore so okoto abama MPP no Jimmy. Ghana ni and the offering was or your MPP no Jimmy for. The party lacks direction. Omo mudi manim no nim sem Jimmy. They be a make asem me a member of the NPP. The only difference between me and them one say I am smart, I am intelligent. I don't follow foolishness. Anything I make try say me good party no now you take party for free and for the because you this group of termites are not intelligent. You can't protect yourself on your own land. Into majority of you guys who go to jail. Boy, this boy, if I decide to take him to court to tell him to prove, say or catch the IGP say IGP ye Jumama a political party. That is why he's doing this to Abronye. That's what to prove ya. This boy can go to jail. This boy, Kwasiawe, he can go to jail easy. Oba ko dem.
Na abne atimfo nyina se omo ye seka wa boy. Bana ti ho. And your hunu than NDC youth organizer me boa. And now when your hunu NDC youth organizer where IGP. When you open bi obaya ma na me boa. We live to see. Say na midi kan kan. Say the bodiano uncle no.
He's threatening the IGP. You live to see. Ochina, yako picking. Niaka say, instead of can I say IGP, we live to see. No, what do you mean by that? Troll statement. Neko preview or quarter. Because say, hey, ya chekwasia, ya ntiasie, mube demache. Wait, obetima dem, a citizen can take this guy to court because the IGP works for the Ghanaian citizen. Enti, saoka samfa eye IGP hona Ghana ni bi hun say and twasum because at the end of the day, no IGP no. He's working, he's representing us. But church me you know until once as a citizen because or the to me as IGP mu and ordinary Russian mu. What are you going to say? Can you basically come say because say achim na achim for no I don't know to me court. Say Kufu I know so law. Gabi Ocheda kuno so law. Achim for no so all the legal brains for Ghana no munimi nyansa no. Why haven't they taken Mahama to court? Who here ni ba who fi no? Wona ubejina court ni American kwasem. You go to jail. Mwe Jimmy, we cannot change you people. Why say moi? You are threatening the IGP. You threatening the IGP. So channel pa IGP me be pick your way. Catch say you threaten me in your statement or because hey IGP or Tata will be. You people need to understand Emrana Mutimu or Ghana no. You people need to understand. Sa Emrana Mutimu or Ghana no. Say mrana mo shase no because mo jiminti mo bedem bebrebe dem ana metumi hu obi odi MPP echi o say ai yeba power 20 years cry yeba power now 20 years now when last bit is Elizabeth Ohene mami beifo no I changing or whatever you did to the CJ Tokonu, we are all here, we will witness, and I'm so what this saying, you are going to witness what leave us. Yani 1 more years. We are okay with it. You Elizabeth Ohene, watch us 7 years. What are you waiting to see? We will live to see. You and who? Elizabeth Ohene, who John Sokura Maye who also tell say what they have done to CJ, we are all here, we will witness. You and who will witness? You will die. You are old, natural order, you will die soon. Let us the young ones, we are okay with it. What is your problem? Ube biago ubewu. I am natural. Me, I'm not scared to die. Me not scared to die today or tomorrow. I'm not scared. But who Elizabeth Ohene saying, yeah, you CJ, we will all live to regret. When are you going to live? You don't have more than 10 years to live. There are more young people. We need to preserve their life and preserve this nation. Into omono na awoso makasa asemo wo ubewu. Oba apostle Johnson ground to me do say bi wo. Na wo be ka say will inkwasiade amoye na Ghana ha. Who Elizabeth Ohene? Near ti krom ha. And Sam Jonah and the Kufuor the Bekache Ghana for say, what is going on is bad. Our country is sinking. Why when you move theme Bekache say, who did Sam Jonah term? We will live to see what? If we have been able to live through a Kufuor's administration with witches and greedy bastards like you, guiding a Kufuor to destroy this nation, what haven't we seen? What is worse than living under a Kufuor's regime? Anamo bodamohu. Anamo ajini nyejuma. Baby, I am re. We will live to see in the future. You and whose future? Moya dima temana mo baba mo. Jimina mo de Ghana ho. Jimina mo de Ghana ho. I Elizabeth Ohene and then the CJ who has been changed yet to Kroma, a young lady who could have led the EC for years. Today recognized around the world, Charlotte say. The same 146 article. And all the Kwasi say we will see a regret in the future. We want to regret after you are dead. We don't want you to be part of our turbulence and problems. Because you are the people who created this foolishness in the first place. Now would you say any race muana? And would you say yes, be Ghana, the this entitlement to people feel. Crazy dirty people. Self-entitlement. You feel so much. Obi to say, Sofa Yokufu, or just or Kasa, this will be a Kasa. Why? Why? Who the hell is Sofa Yokufu? Who is she? You are a former CJ. So, what? How long do you have to live on this planet? And see, we the young ones cannot speak for ourselves and protect what we think we can protect for years to come. And you dying old birds, dying old horses, you want to decide for us. Munyan in Tamnamu, near Woody Ebeye, na we ninya clear, near for young ones and bra, na mokramo distracting nipa. Munyanamu free assassin so, obedi so safma for the honor and namha air day. 1932 near woo, Uji space was as is day. Osafumafo onekufo de baye otimi kwaji loan was saloon osafumafo na no 7 okwaji loan was saloon osafumafo otena Ghana ha ebeye finance minister the course ye nyina ye hu ye osafumafo owen ayamo classmate na osafumafo Messiah, give me Elizabeth Ohene's picture kwasiafo. It does. Give me Elizabeth Friday. I'm not under any pressure to go fast. Mami Elizabeth Ohene picture na me fanchira Ghana for. Matina Ghana na ma hijack chrono. Your biggest problem was that when I appeared with my team and we started exposing you ignorant I wannabes in Ghana. That is the hatred towards me and my team. That is your problem. The hatred you people have for me is because I was able to break that jinx, that thing that was covering you guys, making you people look intelligent and honest people. I was able to break it. That is the pain in your hearts. That is what hurts you people. That is why you people hate me, because that thing that you people clothe yourself with, that hypocrisy, that entitlement, that kind of corruption you covered with, we are this, we are from here, our name sounds like this. That thing that I came to break, and then Kevin doesn't respect. My bodam. Na mo Ghana for council. Di nkwasi asam sa. Obian to challenge obia. And yet group acronym and a group me feel so entitled. So for Kufu okasa di oye no ho. Okasa. I say a binitala and you know and you see and what does it say? Hey, oh bodam 2025 kek kura yokuno. Now we betrabe kan kwasam. Huh? And you know, and we don't understand a council of state member. Una ukoka say Imrani emfanya juma. What's our whole to abetna ebe and you know and Ghana and we don't understand and nena and opaya koda ya ohuri to the destined powder boy edimni ada because of you. Mo baby kekamo. Elizabeth Ohini ni 1945 ni wono 1945. Sike bia o Ghana bia wedi bi. Aban bia MPP dia bia otim. We defending every nonsense. She used to be a journalist. We defending every nonsense. Now, wo baby, I do yi. How much a tray? Utu so some konjuma sana wa kodjon so krabem. Ka kire say tokonu aya de na constitution in the dia. We live to see. You and who are going to live to see that? You and who? 1945. You are people who are supposed to reason. You people feel so entitled. Nobody should speak about Tekufuado and MPP. And now this is of Ekufu Kasa. I say binitala, you know, we don't understand. And I tell hey, baby for to see. Well, more, I'm gonna say Ghana no. Into the problem with me, with the problem they have with me, is simple. It is because this generation, we have been able to enlighten the generation well. We have been able to educate the generation well. We have been able to open their eyes. Now, they don't see some people as unique human beings in Ghana. They don't see some people as the wholesale of wisdom. They don't see some people as uniquely talented or uniquely gifted with some exceptional political intelligence. Now, the ordinary Ghanaian wants you to speak intelligence for them to research, understand that you are speaking the truth. That is the problem they have with me. Why do you keep doing this? Why have you exposed the Kufuado? Why have you exposed the MPP? Why have you exposed the tribal bigotry in the system? Why have you made every Ghanaian become ordinary? And that is what we have been fighting for years. We wanted every Ghanaian to look ordinary so that we can all think ordinary and make decisions that affect the ordinary Ghanaian positively. When I started exposing the rot and that cloud that they created around themselves, they started hating me. Boy, way more there. 1945, 2025, 13 years. Say we will live because Tokonu. The constitution has made sure a constitution that didn't Juma. I'll say one tiasie. They are nobody. I'm telling you, people. Apo. They say, now say much not TV one on set TV nyamu. When these people are speaking and you are listening, Utubuza say, hey, how did I fall for this? Yeah, because now you're breaking jinx. We have broken that. They don't make sense anymore. Obian di omatem, we are checking them. The reality check no to mean pass the test. They cannot pass that test because we are making the young people check them. Who is Sophia Kufu? She's a former judge, so she did not write a constitution. She's not intelligent than me. No. And see, why should Sophia Kufu's statement decide Ghana's future? We all are supposed to think and make decisions. Decisions that will help every single Ghanaian. So Elizabeth Ohene, Sophia Kufu, and the likes, they are not intelligent than anybody. We are all ordinary Ghanaians who are supposed to think, understand, ask questions and demand reasonable answers, and then at the end of the day, build this nation. Inti, some people who feel say, omuye exceptional no, ya be break his idea nti eya omuya. And TV so the young people today are insulting me. I'm not a young man. Oh. No. Me, I don't see myself as youth. No. I can be president of Ghana at my age. I am a husband like your husband, and I'm a dad like you, your husband. I am a family man like yourself. Age is just a number. It is the intelligence here that proves to say you are worth the addressing you or not. So you people should not hide behind age and fool yourself in Ghana. No, we are not going to allow that. 1960, 70, 80, 1999 and I'm modest idea ni power Ghana. Obia and disrespect you, Obia. It is their Wobeka, their Wobeye, one case of credibility no record, and the betch there, Sana and Kwarabe too. There are so many people in Ghana, when I sit here and address them, I give them all the respect because they have conducted themselves well. They have conducted themselves well. Now, then, I would show the same respect because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Now,
all right, so obviously, we and Sama Kevin Echo Badu Tailor so audio to Ega. Inti wuti nsem na Kevin eka o chechim ediafa Abronye DC. In fact, in 1 week remanded your wodia mania. Na chese we crano on one kasa senope political asaram inti sisi ya money bi awo feeling what you say honum so dear. Or in fact a very very safest place what you say. What I say, safest place me I enjoy. I'll be Mbamehana dream. Inti for those of you and Amokase or Modinatna police Black Maria Muno na Chinebis and Comodine Quatna a vine bito and I say police for mu pick up bito. Na said the Abronye ne Casa City what titi and Crofobibri far who do you see. Watiti yankofo anim wachese waye yankofo boni na sebi obi to bo ediko bo na senka asem na wapama police foi asem ena nka wapama police foi what you say it don a very good pa a very good show modine kwatna Black Maria police van emu adebia Ghana ekoso nsebi emraka ho enti Abronye de munjano na one mra no enye den eni and uhedi ekona this guy Abronye is likely to be jailed. But it sounds a court at air cantina. We are quite contempt of court in mega minka sahum bibri. Minka sahum bibri what you say. Say be out chinebino. Yen so omunko kase omunko cite here for contempt because we a court asem. Court asem so dear yankasa bibri inti sana etie. So Kevin Ekobadu Tailor be a youth in any pa enemy home edra me home maami bi ana o chiremwa o MPP ni na ono de o say fe na bena bibi ni ho e bitimi si ne kwan say obeden obekasa. Of course Ubia wa kwenya so eden o so kasa obi a wakonya so was okasa but okasa no kana etraswa okana se kasa na etraswa ehonum ena ubedin ubenya asem what you say abusa fo mfanchemi enti mi studio light no adum ma memfa wonsi mi studio light na adum mesro so be kire wadwen o comment section ni menim sensem de Kevin Ekobody Tailor waka bebre and also when sama odi betudwa mesro so de wonsem ebetudwa na bibia timi akoso and it is sad say Abronye wakudi but where he belongs to and all because ni kase o kan bia chetu nsuru so mbechi no what you say nsuru so mbechi no okay nti abusanfo sana tie nti meso so document betum na wala like dwumadi no e bibia timi akoso nti Nyankopɔn koso a enhyira papa so we stay with negative now hwe brain na brain na Nyankopɔn koso enhyira abusiafo makra bibia bye bye.